Alright, name's JR, and I'm changing my spark plugs on a 2006 Dodge Ram 1500 Hemi. Check it out right there. Alright, I've already started for the most part. I've been watching YouTube all day, getting different ideas and seeing how to change the spark plugs on a Hemi, on a Dodge. And I'll tell you, everyone said, the back two on the left and the right, which I'll show you. The back two are the hardest, the most difficult, and they're right, they are the most difficult. So I debated on making a video, blah, blah, blah. I said, hey, I'll make the video and give people my ideas and tips, what I did to make it just a little bit easier. So it might be a little bit choppy. I try to edit it down pretty good, but we'll see what happens. So, as you can see, I got my yoga mat because the engine's starting to hurt. All right, and I already got everything out and got it apart for the most part. And I'm gonna sign off and then switch it back to the other view so you guys can actually see. You can't see me, but what I'm gonna do is point everything out, what I've done so far. So I obviously took the cover off. It's down there on the ground. All right, but coming back, got an engine here, throttle body's a little dirty, whatever. All right, so I'll try to point to everything. So basically what I did was I started with the back all the way down Chonder, back there. Hopefully you can really see it. All right, it's 2 spark plugs per cylinder. So I started with the back with those because everyone said that they're the hardest to get to. My arms aren't that skinny, so I finally got in there. So I took that side out first, took both those plugs out. Then I came over to do the other side, which is the passenger side. All right, take my socket and point to it. All right, they're back here. Okay, these two, I just took one of them out. I'm gonna take the other one out in a second. But the reason I wanted to make the video is because every person that made the video, I don't know if they left it out on purpose or it was different for them, but these 2 hoses right here were giving me a pain, so I actually spent about 15 minutes trying to take out just this plug back here. This clamp right here unclips and it separates the hoses to allow you to get your extension and spark plug socket all the way out and through, so that way you can pull it out. But I spent about 15 minutes thinking like, hey, how can I get this thing out of here? And if you notice, took all the covers off the spark plugs as well. And what it does, it makes it easier for you to get your ratchet, and turn it instead of trying to, centimeter by centimeter basically. But I was able to get it in there and then actually turn it. So I'll show you taking one out as best I can. All right, so as you can see, it doesn't fit with the ratchet on there. So I just take the extension and the spark plug socket itself, stick it down in there, get this damn hose out of the way. All right, and I'll push it down and try to twist it in my hand to make sure the socket's set. All right, and I'll take my actual ratchet. Come on now. Turn this a little bit. All right, so now it's in there. As you can see, I got all the covers out, so now it gives me room to actually twist and go from there. All right, then you just pretty much work it just like anything else. All right, so I'm not gonna bore you to death with this, but you get the point. Hopefully get the picture. So I'll take all of them out and I'll shoot a clip and show you what all my spark plugs look like. All right, and then we'll go from there. All right, so I'm back. All right, so just a tip, basically, once you get it broke loose pretty good, you can use your hand to finish twisting all the way out. So what I do is just twist it all the way out with my hand. Once I get it twisted all the way out, just pull it up, work it up with your fingers, and go from there. All right, you can see these things were pretty bad. All right, hope it's not upside down, but whatever. All right, but you get the point. So I'm gonna finish taking all of them out, then go from there. All right, well, I'm not gonna do that. Okay, so I got one whole side out, the whole left side out. and then the back right side 2 spark plugs out. So I got a total of 10 spark plugs on the ground. So I'm gonna show you what those look like right now. Here's my filter. Obviously I'm gonna change, I got a new filter. But these are the spark plugs that came out. There's 9, is it 10th over here? Anyway. Yep, got all 10. So I got, it's the Hemi, the Dodges take 16 spark plugs. So it's 2 plugs per cylinder. If you didn't know, I was kind of shocked when I found out the other night watching YouTube. Anyway, so these are what they look like. You can see they're pretty bad. It's kind of hard to see. There you go. Camera's focusing on it. But you can see they're pretty bad. Bought the truck used. It's an 06. About 130, 20,000 miles, whatever. All right. But so they probably weren't never changed. Who knows? I don't know. But these things are pretty bad. I'll try to take a picture of them so you can actually see. But so I got the first side out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna prep the other spark plugs, the new ones, and then put those back in there. And just so you know, got Champions, Platinum Power, some anti-seize, and a rubber glove to put the anti-seize on. So I'm gonna prep all 8 for the one side and then put them back in and then finish the other side, then that'll be done. So I just took a picture as well, I'll put it in the video. But the one on the bottom here is the old spark plug, and the one on top is the new one. So you can see that there's truly a real difference there. So yeah, I'm glad I'm doing this right now. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull all of them, pull all the 8 out for one side, go ahead and prep those with the anti-seize, and then go ahead and put them in. All right, but yeah, you can see the big difference there. All right, so it's kind of late. It's like, yeah, 3 o'clock in the morning. I've been done for a while with the spark plugs and everything else, but I worked on some other stuff in my truck. Pretty simple job. What I'll tell you, let me come up here. What I'll tell you is for some pointers or whatever, start with the back, you know, all the way in the back. Sorry, my light's not on, phone's getting hot, whatever. But start with spark plugs all the way in the back. I recommend take all the spark plugs out on either side and then start in the back again and replace them one by one. And then that way you can screw everything down at one time instead of going back and forth. But other than that, fairly easy job. If you got any questions, hit me up. You know, I do what I can, try to respond. I'm no mechanic by trade. It's just something I thought I'd do on my own after I did my wife's truck the other day. So on that, fairly easy job. Oh, glad I looked at it. Don't forget that breather. All right, other than that, spark plugs are done in the Hemi. Crank it up here in a second, see how it goes.